Hello, everyone, and welcome to another JJ's Coaching Services quarterly webinar. Today, we will be talking about corporate medical benefits. I'm excited that you have taken the steps towards living confidently in your military transition and your financial wealth building journey. Let's get started. I'm Coach JJ, and I went through the military transition myself in 2014. My goal is to help others who are transitioning have a great experience while setting themselves up for long-term financial success. Here's a bit more about who I am. I graduated from the United States Military Academy and served for over 5 years as a military intelligence officer. Post-military, I joined a Fortune 250 medical device company and have held various different leadership positions, including leading the corporation's military recruiting program. My hobbies include traveling the world, watching sports, and of course, partnering with people on their financial and military transition confidence journey. Now, the picture in the top left was when my family went to Fairbanks, Alaska, chasing the Northern Lights. We were very lucky that we were able to see it the first night that we were there. Picture on the bottom left is of me and my siblings in Taiwan visiting our parents for the holidays. Picture on the bottom right is my boyfriend and I in an Uber heading to an Army-Navy game. He is not a veteran and not in any way associated with West Point, other than dating me, I guess. But I have 100% converted him into an Army fan. So go Army, be Navy. And lastly, the picture on the top right is our very sassy and dramatic husky. Our plan for today is to go through the key terms of civilian healthcare plans. We're also going to review some examples of what you will be given as a part of your benefits enrollment package, and then also discuss some other considerations you should be thinking about during your benefits and just overall healthcare selection process. When you are given your benefits enrollment package, these are some of the key terms you will see for your healthcare insurance selection. I'm going to go through a brief description of each one, but I would encourage you to do some research on these. It is very important for you to fully understand these terms and how they will impact both you and your family's healthcare and as well as your financials. So the premium is what you will pay to keep an active policy. Premiums are generally taken from your paycheck pre-tax. Deductibles are what you will pay before the insurance will start paying on your plan. Copay is the amount you will pay the doctor's office per visit. And coinsurance is what you will pay for care after you have met your deductibles. So I know quick note is not all visits will have copays and or coinsurance. For example, most healthcare plans that are offered at the bigger corporations will cover preventive care like an annual health screening or a well women's exam, 100%. So there will be no copay, no insurance, and you will not have to pay anything out of your deductible. Now, lastly, the out-of-pocket maximum is the total you will pay for healthcare that year. So, quick note, the lowest premium does not mean it will be the cheapest for you in the long run, right? It depends on how many times you go to the doctor, and it depends on everything from deductible to your coinsurance to your out-of-pocket maximum. I know when the first time that I selected, I was like, oh, I don't go to the doctors. I don't need to do anything. And so I literally just went with the lowest premium. And while it did work out for me for the first couple years because I didn't even use, my kind of free benefits like your annual healthcare plan, it did not work out for me when I actually had to go to the doctors, for example, like, when I sprained my ankle, so on and so forth. So make sure you spend the time to crunch the numbers before selecting a plan. Some companies will have a calculator for you to use to help you decide which plan is the best for you and your family's medical needs. If your company does not have a calculator, there are a lot of tools that you can simply Google, like healthcare, plan comparison, to help you decide which plans to choose. This is an example calculator that I built in Excel because I couldn't really find one that did everything I wanted it to do in Google. It's a very basic calculator. It has very basic formulas. In here, I am not an Excel guru, so I share this with my clients when they're going through their selection process, just to make sure that we are double checking, their numbers. And even if their company has a calculator, I still encourage them to just do it a second time to make sure that, everything checks out and that they are selecting the best plan for their family's medical needs, and as well as, their financial and wealth building journeys. This is an example of what you might see in the benefits selection package. This is something that I found on Google, so yours is going to look different, but the general idea is the same. On the left-hand side, you will see all the plans that your company offers. And then in the table, you will see the premiums based on who you need to insure, whether it's you only, you plus a spouse or a partner, you plus children, or your entire family. Some companies don't have this many categories, right? They just have employee, employee plus one, employee plus family, right? So it just kind of all depends on the programs that your company has negotiated with the insurance companies. Now, the premiums will be taken out of your paycheck, generally every pay period. So here, in this example, you can see that it says it's a bi-weekly deduction. So not all companies always list it out as every pay period. Some companies will list it out as a monthly expense, and then you have to do the calculation based on how many times you get paid a month. So make sure that you're confirming with your benefits team, or if it's written, in your packet, that you know exactly how much is coming out of your paycheck per pay period. The other thing too is most companies will offer plans for medical, multiple plans for medical, but only one plan for dental and one plan for vision, just like you see here. So you don't really have much of a choice if you want to use your company's dental and vision plans. Lastly, do your research on providers before you solidify your selection. Mostly, this is not going to be a problem for most people because you're probably living in, a city. But if you do live in a more rural area, finding an in-network provider, depending on the plan, could be a challenge. So, again, just to confirm, right? Maybe you select a plan that works for you financially and meets your medical needs, but you have to drive like an hour to see an in-network provider doctor, and in-network doctors are much less than out-of-network doctors. So just make sure that you're doing your research before you select the plans. Now, most companies will also list the out-of-pocket maximum. Sometimes it is on this grid, on this chart, along with the premiums. But if it's not on this chart, it is somewhere, within the packet. So make sure that you're finding that and that you're looking at that, because that can get to be a very high number, and it can get very expensive very quickly. Your benefits package will also include a chart like this one, where it outlines the details of copay and coinsurance and how much you will be responsible for paying when you have a doctor's visit or emergency room visit or some type of other medical event. Again, make sure to plug all of these numbers into a calculator based on the number of visits you are anticipating for the coming year before you make the selection. Let's talk about some other accounts that might be offered by companies that are tax friendly. Disclaimer, I am not a certified tax professional, so make sure you speak with your CPA or your certified tax professional before making any tax-related decisions. The first one is the health savings account. So I personally have this plan. It is a medical plan. It is a healthcare plan. And the reason why I have it is because I don't go to the doctors that much. So having a high deductible plan is okay for me because most of the time I'm just going for things that are 100% covered by your insurance plan. So I have no deductible that I would need to pay anyway. Now, the HSA is great because it is a triple tax benefit plan, meaning you contribute pre-tax, you can invest the money if you choose to, and it grows tax-free. And then once you use it for a medical expense, it's also free from taxes when you essentially use it and pull it from your account. Most companies will also have an employer match that comes with the HSA. So free money, right? I am all about free money to help kind of build, right, your nest egg. And then the other thing about the HSA is that you can use it to pay for other qualifying medical items such as over-the-counter drugs, sprained my ankle, you can go get an ankle brace, charge that to your HSA. The funds are yours to keep for life. It does not expire and it follows you even if you leave your current employer. Okay, so that's really, really great. And there are some, tax benefits once you kind of hit retirement, and if you don't use it, you can use it for other things. But again, that is, not my area of expertise, so consult your CPA about that. The other account is the flexible spending account. So this is also something that you contribute to pre-tax, and you can use the money for a qualifying medical expenses and things like that. The watch out for this account is that it does expire annually. So you do need to make some calculations on how much money you would like to put into this one because it's a use or lose account. So again, these are just some of the other accounts that might come with your benefits package that is tax friendly. So make sure that you're looking into it and that you're talking to your CPA about it and to see if these accounts will benefit you and your needs and also your financial wealth building journey. Some employers will also offer other benefits such as accident insurance and hospital indemnity. Now, while you can't predict when you're going into an accident, sometimes you do know when you will have an inpatient hospital procedure. So if you know in the upcoming year you're supposed to have an inpatient procedure, you can get this hospital indemnity, and that might be helpful to help cover or get reimbursed some of the healthcare costs that you'll have to do for that inpatient stay. The key is to do your homework on all of the plans being offered by your company so you can optimize the needs for you and your family and still be able to grow your money at the same time. To wrap us up, I wanted to take a couple minutes to discuss the VA healthcare system. I know we've all heard horror stories, and yes, most of them are true. I myself am a VA user. The VA is not the fastest. However, I personally have found it to be a great way to save on non-emergency and non-life-threatening medical care. Right? Based on your VA disability percentage, you could be getting most of your health care, including prescription drugs, for free through the VA. Okay, now, you still obviously need to have health insurance outside of the VA in case something life-threatening does happen. But take some time to look into the local VA and how you can incorporate it into your healthcare and your wealth building journey. If you would like other transition information, such as resume writing, interview skills, salary negotiations, etc., be sure to subscribe to this channel and go to jjscoachingservices.com to subscribe to my newsletter. I only send something out once a quarter, and it's mainly for the recordings of last quarter's webinars and to inform you on the dates for next quarter's webinars. If you would like private coaching and someone to partner with you on your transition journey, please reach out at jjscoachingservices@gmail.com. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you next time.